Have you ever done something small, something you almost forgot about, but it meant everything to someone else? I would like to share a short story. It's simple but powerful, and it might change the way you see people around you. So one afternoon, Ethan was walking home from school, and up ahead, he noticed a boy named Daniel. So Daniel was struggling, carrying too many things like books and a jacket, the baseball bat, the glove, you name it, from school things, even like a small music player. And suddenly he tripped. Everything fell, so scattered across the ground. And Ethan stood there for a moment, then walked over. He didn't say anything big, he just helped. He picked up the books and carried some of the load for Daniel and walked with him. As they walked, they talked a little. Daniel shared, that school had been hard and life had been heavy. When they reached his house, Ethan helped him one more time. Before leaving, Daniel invited him to stay for a bit. They talked, they laughed, just simple afternoon. Life went on. They weren't best friends, but they saw each other sometimes. Shared a few moments here and there, eat lunch together. Then years later, right before graduation, Daniel asked Ethan, "Do you remember the day we first met?" Ethan smiled and he said, "Yeah, of course." Daniel looked at him with a serious face, with you know, and said, "That day, I was going home to end my life. I had already cleaned out my locker because I didn't want anyone to deal with my things once I'm gone. But then you came. You helped me. You walked with me. You stayed. And in that moment, maybe my life still mattered. You didn't just help me pick up my books, you saved my life." You know, um, Galatians chapter 6, verse 2 says, "Bear one another's burden, and so fulfill the law of Christ." Friends, you may never know what someone is going through. That quiet person, that struggling friend, that stranger you almost ignore. A small act of kindness, a smile, a conversation, a helping hand could be the very thing that keeps them going. So today, choose kindness, even when it feels small, even when it feels unnoticed, because in God's hand, nothing is ever wasted, nothing is ever unnoticed. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs encouragement. And remember, you might be the reason someone chooses to keep living and keep going today. God bless you.